Hello everybody, and thank you again for joining me here at EasyMathTV, where you can get all your general math questions answered. Today's video we're talking about graphing. Now this video is just going to cover the basics of graphing and how to plot points, and then I'm going to be making another video that will describe finding the slope and slope-intercept form and things like that. So first, how graphing came about. There was a man in the 1600s by the name of René Descartes who was laying in bed and was watching these flies crawling over tiles on the ceiling. He realized that this was a way he could describe where the fly was by intersecting the lines on the ceiling. This system is also called the Cartesian coordinating system, and Cartesian is spelled C-A-R-T-E-S-I-A-N. And so what the Cartesian plane consists of is what's called an x-axis, which runs horizontally this way, and then also a y-axis which runs vertically perpendicular through the x-axis. So there we go, right there. Now there's something specific here, this point right here. This is called the origin. This is where we will base, no, I spelled that wrong here, sorry about that. Origin. This point is labeled 0, 0. And this is because the given x value on the x-axis is 0, and the y value is also 0. And I put an x here to label the x-axis and a y to label the y-axis. So now over here is what's known as quadrant 1. Over here, all x values are positive, and so are all y values. So let's say this point right here. This would be 1, 2, 3 over to the right. So our first point is going to be 3. And then we're also up 1, 2, 3 on the y-axis, so our y value is 3. Over here to the left, we have quadrant 2. Here the x value will be negative and the y value will be positive. So if we pick this point, let's say right here. So here we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our value here is going to be negative 6. And then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4 on the y. So we go positive 4. So this point would be labeled negative 6, 4. Down here is quadrant 3. So now let's pick a point, let's say down here. Let me get the point. So now we're going to count out how many spots we go left first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we go negative 11 units to the left. And we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's negative 10. And lastly, we have quadrant 4 on the bottom. In here, the x value will be positive and the y value will be negative. So if we pick this point right there, actually get that on where they intersect. So that would be over 2, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to put a negative 8 there. So here's just the beginning of how we would label our quadrants, label points, and how we always go over to the left or right first in our x terms, and then go up and down in our y terms. And so let's draw another graph here. So we'll try to get this a little bit straighter. So we got this line here, and this line here. So when I make my graphs, usually what I like to do is at first I'm going to put arrows at the end of each part. The reason why you put arrows is because these lines go on for infinity. So this is just a way of saying this line keeps continuing, but we're focused on this area between those two arrows. So this is always the x-axis again, and this up here is always the y-axis. So then from here, I like to draw lines here on my graph paper every time that this blue crosses my x-axis. This way I can have a set interval, so I can call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth, and the same for the y's. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so forth. And then over here, and again, so now we're moving left from the origin, so now these are going to be negative values. So negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and then the same going down. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So doing this, I can see up here I'm going to be positive on my x and my y. To the left and up, I'm going to be negative on my x, positive on my y. Down here in quadrant 3, both of them are negative. And here in quadrant 4, my x's are positive, but my y's are negative. I'd like you to thank you for watching EasyMathTV, and I'll have a video up on slope-intercept form and finding slope and everything else like that. And thank you again for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you.